welcome back to my channel. I'm Shaylina, and today we have a very special guest for our very first Heart to Heart Talks. We will be talking about tips on how to cope with stress for adults and teens caring for kids with neurological disabilities. Please welcome Dr. Jackie Christensen.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. So, as Shaylina mentioned, my name is Dr. Jackie Christensen, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist in Corona, California. And I serve actually the whole state of California. I do telehealth virtual therapy. So, today I'm going to go over my 8 tips for parents or caregivers of children with neurological disabilities or difficulties. So we'll start with the first one, which is accepting and asking for help. So it's really important that we ask for help and we accept it when it's being offered, because it's so easy to just continue to just keep pushing and working hard. But it's really important to take a step back.
What are some ways that parents and teens can reach out for help?
That's a great question, which kind of leads me into my next tip, which is finding support groups or people that are going through similar situations. So there's a lot of places that you could reach out. The first one is through your own support network that you already have, such as your family or your circle of friends or extended family or any organizations that you're a part of. But beyond that, there are support groups like on Facebook. You can find support through Instagram. There's also, various organizations such as Autism Speaks, which also has a lot of resources.
Yeah, and another place you can reach out to help is Go Bananas. It's a Facebook group.
Great, great. I love that. So that leads me into my next tip, which is taking time to do things just for you. Because as parents and caregivers of those with neurological and behavioral difficulties, it can be really hard to find that time, but it's really imperative that you schedule. I mean, if you have to even schedule it in for yourself on your calendar, just to take some time to do the things that make you happy.
Yeah, I mean, going on a walk, getting your hair done, just some personal self-care.
So, my next tip would be finding ways to bond with your child. So, you know, and every child is so different, so it's going to look different for every situation, but depending on maybe their interests, if they're interested in animals, you go to the zoo, you do things like that. Okay, so my next tip is keeping up with your own health and your own medical appointments, because when you're caring for somebody else, it's just so easy for all of that to take a back seat and not take care of your own health. And you should be going in and getting routine blood work, and just making sure that all of your health is up to date and you're doing everything that you can to take care of yourself. Which also kind of leads me into my next one, which is exercise, which, as we all know, is so important for the health and well-being and for, physical health, but especially for mental health, because all of the kind of endorphins and chemicals get released when you're exercising. But, and you don't have to, set a super high standard for yourself. I mean, exercise could be as easy as just going out for like a 15-minute walk, whatever you can squeeze in.
Yeah, you can even make it fun, do it with your child, go on a walk, run in the park, just make it fun for them as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, because then you're also kind of getting the bonding with your child as well. So you're kind of covering two bases there with doing that. So that's a great one. So my next tip is kind of related. So it's eating nutritional food and drinking enough water, which is kind of a given, right? It's kind of obvious, but I mean, I think it needs to be said, because when you're so stressed and caring for those around you all the time, it's just so easy to resort to those comfort foods and the fast food. But that's not going to make you feel the best that you can be. So yeah, if you can incorporate more fruits and vegetables, whole grains into your diet, it's just going to make a world of a difference. Last tip is trying some form of a meditation practice or a mindfulness, which you can take a few minutes outside of your day just to take that time just to kind of lean inward. And whatever that looks like for you, you don't have to put a lot of expectation onto yourself, even if it's just like 5 minutes, just to kind of sit there, close your eyes, just take some time and notice, use your senses to really notice kind of what you're feeling and what's kind of going on around you. But I think that's really important to kind of disconnect from just the day-to-day grind, and especially being under a lot of stress.
Absolutely. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your expertise with everyone. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Shaylena. I'm beyond honored to be a part of this. And, if any of this resonated, I am a therapist, like I mentioned, and I have a private practice. You can reach me, or you can look at my website. It's drjackielmft.com.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Bye.